Good morning. I am making my way to the Alcatraz gate because my tour is in about 40 minutes, but I'm supposed to get there pretty early to get through security, so. Okay, I'm going to talk over these clips because I don't talk at all. So here we are waiting on the ferry. Your ticket price does include the ferry, which is nice. Here I am trying to find a good spot. The wind on the ferry is crazy, so layer up because I was freezing. Here's our first look at Alcatraz as we're pulling in. I was the third tour of the day and there were already so many people heading back. Once you're off the ferry, you're on your own. The actual sail house is at the very top of the island, so you just walk through everything else on the island first. Here's the morgue, and a little fun fact, there are actually no executions on Alcatraz. Here's our look at the outside of the sail house where the audio tour begins. This is the first stop for prisoners once they get to Alcatraz. This is where they are searched and then showered with no privacy. Here's a look at all of those showers that they have. Here are our first looks at some of the cells in Alcatraz. These cells are 9 feet long and 5 feet wide, and they have 3 levels of cells, just showing how many cells they actually have. Here's a look into a furnished cell. In 1962, 3 prisoners actually escaped Alcatraz when they made decoys of their heads out of paper mache. It is said that they used spoons to dig through the walls. Now this is the view looking from Alcatraz onto San Francisco, and that is the Bay Bridge. Something very interesting is during this time of year there are hundreds and hundreds of birds that come and nest on the outskirts of Alcatraz. All of those birds are sitting on top of nests. I just got done with the Alcatraz tour. It was so good. I absolutely loved it. And now I'm on my way to Pier 39, which is a iconic tourist trap. So we're gonna go check it out. I caught the very end of this magician show and people seem to love him. Now this is my kind of hole in the wall. The food was amazing as well. I am currently in a different location, but let's talk about the 2 things we just did. So I went on an Alcatraz prison tour and it was amazing. I have a fascination with things like that. The audio tour was fantastic. It was like a story being told to me. The prison itself is just very fascinating and interesting, and it's out there on an island. With it out there on the island, you have a perfect view of San Francisco, the Golden Gate Bridge, the Bay Bridge, and everything. And the audio actually talked about how the prisoners, like, they always watched and, like, they could see what, like, free life was like. And on New Year's Eve, they could hear the laughing and parties of New Year's Eve celebrations in the prison itself. And then I went over to Pier 39, which is just a tourist trap. It's just all the stories you can imagine of all the souvenirs, and then a whole bunch of restaurants. And I actually found a really cute hole in the wall, a literal hole in the wall little restaurant. I went across town and I am currently at Golden Gate Park, as well as Haight Street, which is hippie central of San Francisco. This is where San Francisco really comes out to play, so we're gonna go see that and I'm really excited. I am currently in Golden Gate Park on Hippie Hill, which is where Summer of Love happened. They've got a peace sign on the sidewalk. I could take a nap here. The wind makes it really, really chilly out. I loved Hippie Hill. It was so peaceful and so warm because the sun just shines down. I'm back in the car. Haight Street definitely was not what it was talked up to be. I guess it may have changed a bit and it's not as hippie as it used to be. So that was a little bit of a letdown. Golden Gate Park is beautiful and so peaceful, and I went up to Hippie Hill, iconic Hippie Hill, and I loved it. I laid on the grass. I can see now why people just go out there and lay, because I could have fallen asleep. It was so nice. So, we're going to make the long trek back to Fairfield. It is getting close to rush hour on a Monday, so I'm probably going to be stuck in traffic forever. But I did a whole lot of walking today. My feet are killing me. Between yesterday and today, I've walked a lot and I've seen the ins and outs of San Francisco. Like, I feel satisfied in my San Francisco exploration. Let's go see Archie. Okay, we are back in the Airbnb. I have figured out that I got slightly sunburned on my face and my ears. Like, my ears, it doesn't look too bad right now, but it hurts, which means it's pretty bad. So I brought my handy dandy aloe. I swear by this aloe, and I swear that it just takes away the sunburn. I guess in my head I think it's too cold for me to get a sunburn, but it's not. It'll still burn you. And just like that, our adventures in San Francisco are complete. I feel very satisfied with everything I got to see and do. I feel like I saw all around San Francisco. Once again, I absolutely loved Alcatraz. If you are in San Francisco, you need to go on an Alcatraz tour, and that's coming from someone who hates museums. Like, I am not a museum person, and I'm typically not a history person either, and Alcatraz completely fascinates me and is so good, so you definitely need to go on a tour of Alcatraz. Today was the last day that I got to see the coast, as I'm going to start heading east now, and the West Coast completely has blown me away and I completely love it. I'm in love with the West Coast. Tomorrow we head on into Lake Tahoe, which I'm really excited about because I don't really know much about it. It was just recommended to me, so I've heard a lot of good things. Bye!